Hi guys, I'm the Book Geek and I am back to do some videos that are well overdue. I'm going to try and get through so many monthly wrap-up videos. So this is my March wrap-up. If you're not familiar, in my monthly wrap-ups, I talk about the books that I had planned to read. Then I talk about the books that I actually finished. And then I list some stats, you know, how many pages, things like that. And then I also talk about any movies or TV shows that are new to me that I watch for that month, the genre of that particular movie or TV show, and my star rating. And I'll also show my book haul and my merch haul and any other little goodies that I might have gotten for the month. It's like a whole big combination of things in one video. So for the book haul portion of the video, I'm not going to pull all those books out because I have so many months of wrap-up videos to do. I'll be pulling out tons of books. So I'm just going to insert a picture somewhere in the video during the editing process. But anyway, during the month of March, I was going to read Anna and the French Kiss and Death Before Dishonor. And that's exactly what I did. Now, usually I have a quote of the month, but I don't have any quote of the month for the month of March. You probably can hear my kids in there yelling. They playing video games. They get so nuts when they play video games. It's crazy. But anyway, for the month of March, I read 2 books. I read approximately 565 pages. I read from 1 male author and 2 female authors. The Death Before Dishonor book had 2 authors, 1 male, 1 female. I read 1 chick lit / romance book and 1 urban drama. And I rated both of these books 3 stars. So the first book I'm going to talk about, and I'm not going to really talk about them that much because, like I said, I have so much to talk about. But that is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. This was my chick lit / romance book. This has a publication date of December of 2010. I gave this 3 stars, and I'm just going to quickly read the synopsis here. Can Anna find love in the city of light? Anna is happy in Atlanta. She has a loyal best friend and a crush on her coworker at the movie theater who is just starting to return her affection. So she's less than thrilled when her father decides to send her to a boarding school in Paris for her senior year. But despite not speaking a word of French, Anna meets some cool new people, including the handsome, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is it Etienne? I don't know. I have to Google it. St. Clair. Including the handsome St. Clair, who quickly becomes her best friend. Unfortunately, he's taken, and Anna might be too. Will a year of romantic near misses end with the French kiss she's been waiting for? So I thought this was just a very basic romance story, and I didn't especially love it, but I didn't hate it either. So I gave this one 3 stars. The other book was Death Before Dishonor. It's missing a dust jacket because I've had this book for years. For so many years. Oh, it's upside down. Yeah, so Death Before Dishonor. This is actually a G Unit book. And the authors are 50 Cent, the rapper 50 Cent from the group G Unit, and Nikki Turner. And this is an urban drama book. It has a publication date of January of 2007. And like I said, I gave this one 3 stars. I can't even remember what this freaking book is about. I can't even remember what it was about. Okay, urban drama. Lots of drugs, violence. Yeah, I can't tell you specific details. I read this one way back in March, and it is now December. So maybe I'll insert some little details somewhere in the video because I can't even remember what this freaking book was about, and which is why I gave it 3 stars. It wasn't that memorable. I also have a TBR reel that I spend sometimes, but I abandoned that pretty early on in the year, so I did not spin the wheel for the month of March. Now let's move on to the movies and TV shows that I watched. I'm not going to be going into a whole lot of detail about a lot of these movies and TV shows that I watched. I'm going to be doing a separate movie TV wrap-up video. If you want to see more details, I'm just going to list them. You'll see the picture, and I'll talk about the genre and my rating, and maybe a few of these I might talk about in detail. But some of the movies and TV shows that I watched for the month of March includes The Haunting on Fraternity Row. This was a movie that I had watched, I believe, on Netflix. It is a horror movie. I would probably call this one like a horror comedy also. It had a little bit of comedy in it, but it is a horror movie. I gave this one 3 stars. It's basically about a haunted fraternity house. Also watched The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. This is a fantasy slash family movie. I had originally given this one 5 stars, but I think I'm gonna change my star rating to 4 stars because it's not that memorable. Like, usually a 5-star movie is something that sticks with me. I can remember it, even if a lot of time has passed, I'll still remember it, and it draws some sort of emotional response out of me. When I initially saw this movie, it gave me somewhat of an emotional response, and I usually rate things right after watching them. But as time moved forward and I looked back on this list, I couldn't remember what the movie entailed completely. Like, I don't remember certain details of the movie. It didn't stick with me, and for that reason I'm going to bump my 5-star rating down to 4. Me and my family, me and my 2 boys, we also do family movie nights, and one of the movies that we watched during family movie night was Hotel Transylvania 3. This is an animated slash family movie. It's starring the voices of Adam Sandler and Kevin James, and the girl who played Nanny Fine, Fran Dresser, I think that's her name, including a bunch of other voices. But I gave this one 3 stars. We had watched this one during a family movie night, and I didn't particularly like it as much as I liked the first 2, so I gave this one 3 stars. But anyway, in this particular movie, Count Dracula is falling for, they go on a cruise basically, because he needs to get away, and he meets this woman on the cruise ship, and they fall for each other, but he doesn't know that she's actually someone who is like working against him, an enemy, and she's conspiring, but then they end up falling in love. It was a cute movie, but just not as good as the first 2 in my opinion. So 3 stars for that one. I also watched The Babysitter. This is a horror movie. You could probably label this one as a horror comedy as well. This one gave me like Home Alone vibes, but in a creepier type of setting. I gave this one 3 stars. A young boy is being babysat by his hot babysitter, and after he goes upstairs to go to bed for the evening, her friends come over and they are performing some type of ritual right in his living room. And of course, he isn't asleep like he should be because he wants to go downstairs and check out his hot babysitter. So he catches them doing this weird thing in his home, and then everything ensues from there. I thought it was great actually. I gave it 3 stars. I also watched Apostle. Why is this word so hard to say? Apostle? Oh my goodness. It's a horror movie, and I freaking loved this movie. I gave it 5 stars. It is one of my favorite movies. I actually have some reaction clips of me reacting and doing commentary to this movie. There were certain parts that made me scream in horror. It's definitely it gets kind of weird at certain parts of the movie, but it was so freaking good. This young man's sister goes missing, and basically he pretends to be like these other people to get passage and go to this island where she's being held captive and for ransom or whatever, and he just whole mess of shit happens. So it was really, really good. I also watched He's Out There. This is also a horror movie. If you don't know, I love scary movies. Huge movie fan, but especially horror movies. Scary movies are my jig. Anyway, I gave He's Out There 2 stars. All I can remember from this movie is that it was a young woman and I think her 2 children. And I think they was going away on a trip, or they're at a cabin or something. They're at this house, and there's somebody terrorizing them. I did not like this movie at all. I thought it was a little bit repetitive in the things that the mother kept doing. So she would run outside to try and escape, and then she would see the intruder out there lurking around, and then she would run back inside, and then she'll just keep doing the same thing. She'll run back outside and then run back inside. I just didn't like it. It was a little repetitive, and I didn't understand the ending, and I don't remember it. Was it memorable? So I gave this one 2 stars. I also watched the TV series You on Netflix, the first season. This is a drama. Some people probably would call it a horror. I call it a drama / psychological thriller. And I actually read the book before I watched the show, and I did not like season 1. I didn't particularly care for it. I gave it 3 stars. I think I was because since I had just read the book a couple months ago, I was very much comparing the book to the show, and I was not happy with the changes that they had made. So if you don't know, You is about a man who becomes fixated and obsessed with this woman, and he begins to stalk her, and he pulls all the strings to try and force them into a relationship, and he is threatened by anyone who tries to come in between them. And it's crazy. I didn't start to like the series, the first season, until about the last few episodes, and then it got really interesting. But it is December, and I just finished binge watching the second season, which I could tell from the trailer it was going to be 10 times. It was going to be much better than the first season, and I was completely right. I think the second season is 10 times better than the first season, and it seemed like the second season was made more for Netflix than the Lifetime channel, which the first season was a Lifetime channel TV show. But compared to the book, I did not like this first season particularly much. I gave it 3 stars. Another family movie night movie that we watched together was Goosebumps 2. This is a horror / comedy / family movie, and I gave that one 3 stars. So those are all the movies and TV shows that were new to me that I watched for the month of March. My favorite thing that I watched was Apostle, which I can't say that word. Now, moving on to the book haul. I'm going to insert the pictures. I'm not going to pull all the books out. That'll just take too long. And I'm not really going to talk too much about them. I'm just going to list off the titles. I might stop and talk about a few, maybe. But let's get to it. Saga, Volume 2. Last Seen Leaving. The Sinner. The Walking Dead, Volume 5. Duff. Dreamology. Dreamfall. Devil's Rock. Dog Blood. The Breakdown. Injection, Volume 1. Emma in the Night. The Earth. My Butt. And Other Big Round Things. Behind Her Eyes. The Passage. The Smell of Other People's Houses. On to some other merch that I purchased for the month of March. I have some bookmarks here to show you from one of my favorite shops, A Stranger Dream. I will link her shop down below in the description box. I have several here to show you, and I am the bookmark queen. I have over probably 300 bookmarks. I plan to do a bookmark video to show off all my bookmarks, and then get an actual count of how many I actually have. At the moment, I'm waiting for several other bookmarks to come in the mail. But I have this paper doll bookmark. This is a Gremlin paper doll bookmark. I'll also insert a picture in the video so that you can get a clearer view of it, because the lighting is not that great. I'm not a professional videographer. This is a 2-sided bookmark as well. I also have this Lydia paper doll bookmark. She's so lovely. And this is also 2-sided. I'm just so obsessed with bookmarks, you have no idea. This is a Leatherface Chainsaw Massacre bookmark. Also double-sided. I have another paper doll bookmark here to show you. This is Patience from The Cabin in the Woods. Also double-sided. This is a regular 2x6 bookmark. It says, "Caution, do not feed after midnight." And this is another Gremlin bookmark, also a double-sided. And the last one I have here to show you is one from American Horror Story. It's twisty. And man, does he look creepy. Double-sided as well. So that's it, guys. That's it for my March book wrap up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you know each time I post a video. Thanks for watching. Bye.